Hey, I'm gonna start doing weekly news reports about no code. There's a lot of news out there about AI stuff, of course, but I'm going to focus on the no code news going on right now. And it's been 6 months or more that I've really just stopped coding. And I just want to share as I dig into the news to see what's going on and make sure I don't get too focused on the wrong things or get stuck. I'll share some of the news articles that caught my attention. And then every week I'll do that. And hopefully it will help you find out what's going on with the no code type news, automations, backend stuff. So it won't be, AI will play a part in this. It's helping me build the report. But AI is a part of this. But 80% of my success right now is just not coding and using N8n or other tools to just build backends, build automations and stuff. And Softr now, just building UIs with that. Okay, so let's dig into the news. All right, so we had N8n releasing data tables. This won't be all N8n, by the way. So those data tables, it's nice. Active Pieces had this a little while back, and other tools have had it. I'm sure Zapier probably has it. I haven't checked them out. And you get the tables inside of your N8n instance, so you can start saving data state as you go. And this happens to me a lot. Like I'm in a loop, and I want to save some state and come back to it later or use it to the next loop. It just wasn't something I could do without having a table or something. So this is nice. It's a big help. And in some projects I've been at where we didn't have access to Google Sheets, I could use this instead. So yeah, this is a good one. And you won't get hit with the throttling that you could sometimes get hit with other services. Zapier, again, they just keep hitting the news, and I think they're on all cylinders, as they say. The MCP you can connect to, and that connects to their tools. So you could point your N8n here. You could point your other application here. And then you could start making stuff happen and integrating with all of their tools. That's pretty amazing, honestly. So yeah, that is there it's something I got to try. I get really stuck with the N8n stuff just because my customers use it. I don't have to sell them anything. And I always got worried I'd get stuck in Zapier somewhere, but I'm going to have to dig in. I even get stuck with N8n's paid plans where we run out of executions, and I just don't want that happening. But I gotta try that soon. Notion launches the agent part to their application. Looks really good. I don't know if this is the best link I have here, but the point is Notion is introducing more AI, more agentic stuff into the system so you can automate tasks and do things like that inside of your Notion. It's nice. There's so much you can do with Notion, but it is an investment of time. But I think if I got good at it, I could, for myself and for my team, have a nice place to get stuff done. Now we're using Softr to build our team dashboard and stuff, but you just wonder sometimes if this type of application is a more modern way to do that. So anyways, agents and integrations for your own automations right there. Quick mention, GPT-5 Codex from OpenAI is doing really well, but I don't code as much anymore or at all. Where would this play a part? Maybe. I'm just not sure. Even when I was doing the UI code, this would have been great or possible, but now I'm not even doing that because of Softr. 11 Labs Studio 3.0 launches. So this kind of shows the UI, and it looks nice. It looks like a place where you could use their nice audio, music, and so forth to generate content, video, and whatnot, and then edit inside of their UI. It just could be really fun. I know people get up in arms about the AI slop, but I think as someone who wants to do some more creative stuff, it could really help me just to take the leap. Softr is helping out with the Google Tables migration. So if you were using Google Tables, which I've never heard of, they will help you migrate out of that. So it's really a good thing. So FlutterFlow is still there, going at it. And FlutterFlow, like Bubble.io, it's interesting because they've been doing no code for a long time, or little code, or whatever you want to call it. And I didn't like it because it was really, you had to know it. But now if they can do the balance of AI and no code, they have the Lego bricks, the building blocks to just put things together quickly without trying to print them out every time. So they might have a huge advantage here. But what they're introducing here is just some new features and whatnot. So FlutterFlow, it's worth checking into, and that in Bubble.io. What else we got here? Scaling RAG. These are good. Let me grab you the right web page for that. So I have a website here if you ever want to check it out that I just throw a bunch of videos I like here so people can see what I'm seeing and liking. So they, because it's two brothers, do a really good job on RAG and so forth. So If you find their videos, I'll link to them in a document or below this podcast notes. They really hit some tricky issues with large or numerous files, trying to process in a RAG system with N8n. How do you scale that? How do you do it so you're not crashing N8n? And I think unlike a lot of YouTubers, like they're building things they're really using and being forced to build by customers who want something. So you're really learning something that's valuable and tangible versus hypothetical, or not that those other things aren't bad, or not that those other things are bad, because you can learn from them. But I really like their stuff. It's really solid and grounded. And so yeah, I learned a lot about looping, batching, and just what to look out for when I'm trying to process a lot of data. Some N8n updates, Apple's MCP. I mean, that's pretty neat. If they can make this happen, as you can see, I'm on a Windows machine, but if they can make MCP work inside of the Apple desktop, people could build some cool applications there to automate tasks or other things. So yeah, we'll see how that one goes. Other quick references, there's one more here, Opal. Good article. I don't know how good. Opal versus N8n. They're different tools, but I tell everybody who listens, try Opal. It's really interesting, and depending on your use case and use levels, it could get you going pretty quickly with an automation. For example, I could use Opal to say, hey, I'm going to give you a URL. I want you to go get the Google transcript, and then from that URL and turn it into a Substack article. Or the last one I just recently did, said, hey, I'm going to give you an MP3 file. I want you to transcribe it for me and then turn it into an article I can put on Substack. So you can see how it can do these things and you're just done. So it's quite different than N8n, and I think it's the future in a lot of ways of what they call mini apps. So it's a nice one. All right, that's all the news that I got so far. Again, if you go to my alfredutility.info website, which I'll link to, these are things that are just going through my research and my day-to-day, what I'm watching. So you can see what I'm watching here. This was a nice one because he automated a website with, again, using Zapier. So it's a good one there. AGUI, next standard after MCP, it's a good watch. This is a protocol that might help bring together some things into the UI in a consistent way. So when you're building UIs, whether you're using Softr or a framework like Copilot Kit, you can take advantage of knowing how that works. And of course, you have Cole with his knowledge graph video, another good YouTube video worth watching. You see, I have a lot of stuff here that I go through during the week to just watch and get a sense of and learn from. All right, and the Notion one is there as well. All right, hope you got something out of this, and I'll see you next week as I continue to try and cover the no-code automation tools, and of course, a little bit of AI. All right, thank you.